You know what? This has been a great conversation. It's great to go from the past until now, and even looking a little bit ahead. But something we do traditionally in Insights from the Inside is we always want to know, with every expert we have on the show, do you have any book recommendations? So I know that you've mentioned a couple, but I would love to hear them.
Great. Well, actually, because I'm the technical guy in Modyo, I have two technical books,
Okay.
but I think that they're really good for anyone working on technology. The first one is not new. Is I think that was written like 12 years ago. It's called Leading Lean Software Development from Mary and Tom Poppendick.
Okay.
This is a great book. I mean, it's timeless. It's a technical book, but technical, more oriented to how teams develop software. Today is for us it's really common to talk about Scrum, to talk about Kanban as a methodology, right? But the theory behind that, the way that you have to basically visualize how you want to create something with agility, without creating waste in the process, and focusing all of your key talented resources on making sure that they're building the right thing. That book is all about that. Actually, it talks the story behind the history behind the construction of the Empire State, which was an awesome building, right? And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but it has a record of being one of the, the fastest constructed building in the world, because in order to construct it, they follow a lot of lean practices in those years, like making
Oh
sure that
wow.
nobody's blocking each other and how they organize the experts, and not following the traditional practices. That is
Hmm.
what that book is about. So I really recommend it. Another book, this is really technical, but it's really important. I actually recommend this book to front-end developers, back-end developers, whatever developer, full stack, because it's really important for the moment that we are with the technology, because everything is on internet. Every time, offline experience are not so common. Even the games are totally connected, right? If you lose the connection of the internet, you're figuring out that you can play the game because the game is always connected to the server, right? So it's really important to understand what's happening behind that, the connections, the protocols, the speed, the optimizations. All the internet technology was really famous for not changing too much. For instance, we have HTTP 1 for years and years. Actually, we had 1.1 and that's it. 20 years of internet history based on one version of the protocol. But after that, there is a lot of new things like HTTP 2, 3, and the ways that the connections are getting impacted with for instance, the mobility, the edge networks. And you have to know all of that, because if you want to create a great user experience, you have to put all of those factors in the table, because at some points there are going to be decisions, technical decisions that you have to make, and you need to understand the reality of your users. So if your users are going to be in an office connected to an Ethernet cable, the decisions are not the same of a person that is constantly moving, changing from one provider to another provider, and making antenna switches, and the way that you design your application have to consider that. So this book is called High Performance High Performance Browser, um, from Ilya Grigorik. He worked 10 years on Google. Now he's working on Shopify, I think.
Hmm.
Great book. So I totally recommend it to, not, it doesn't matter if you are a manager or a senior manager, I'm going to recommend that anyways, because it's a knowledge that is really important to know these days.